I'm still trying.
I watched you go from a window down below, and just hear and say it's the last time you'd walk away. Why does anybody ever go? I don't know. Why couldn't I just raise my voice to say, don't go, please stay for at least one more day.
Hello and welcome. Wow, I sound so sexy right now. This is The Art of Giving Up, your podcast for giving up bad days, bad ways, unfortunate habits, bad friends, and sometimes just giving up because life is too hard and my music's too loud. As always, I'm your host, Steven, and we're here. I don't know what the date is. I don't know what the time is. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know where I'm at. Please help me. I'm stuck here. I'm trapped. Let me out. But in the meantime, I'm joined again. I'm gonna tell you, this is actually really dangerous to be in like co-host territory. 3 times in a row, you're almost. One more and you'll tie with someone else. And I don't know, man. This seems like a semi-permanent thing right now. I'm joined by the awesome, the amazing,
the relationship guru, Cierra Patterson.
Oh yeah, wow. So, this is what we're doing. And we're here gabbing, jabbing, McNabbing, talking about how apparently, I don't know if you about how what was the a quarter pounder with cheese meal? $9.10 for a medium. How do you feel about that? That's what this is about.
This is the whole podcast is going to be about a McDonald's meal.
Yes.
Okay, one. It's kind of like McDonald's is becoming that kid that went away to like a foreign exchange country and they're trying to be bougie now because, you know, they feel like they're uppity and whatnot. But they're still the same McDonald's, just with different pants on.
Well, I got you. We got a new segment, the fact of the day, which is, you know, McDonald's is a land grab, right? McDonald's owns the land of everywhere they have a restaurant on top of. And that's where the real money is. It's crazy.
So, like, they have a restaurant in Japan. Do they own land?
Yes.
That is?
Yes.
Greece.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah. Now, even though it's funny because they have franchisees, but there's like a whole like thing. But that's actually not what we're talking about today. Nope.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say, if we're about to get into this whole McDonald's wellness situation, I'm about to be like, McDonald's messed up my life completely.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but my mother and father, I believe, met at McDonald's, the one downtown over there in some area, because I want people to know where I live and come stalk me. Come stalk me. And like, that's where they met. And so like, I don't know, that's pretty much where I was conceived, is because of McDonald's.
You was conceived in the McDonald's bathroom?
No, I was conceived in the hallway. I was conceived in the hallway out there.
I don't want to know.
There you go. So we're talking about you, because here's the thing. You've been here 1, 2, now 3 times, right? And we've talked about what? We talked about how to like, what did we talk about?
We talked about how to end relationships.
Oh yeah.
And we talked about like, you know, ending friendships, and also, but we also talked about like my relationship and whatnot, and like my advice about that stuff. Yeah, so mainly the stuff that I talk about.
Well, now we're going to talk about you and your blog, https www.funkyAtHeart.com.
That is the URL.
Yes. There you go. And so we're here and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about one. So, a little background. I've known you for, how long have I known you?
I don't remember. I think you last said 13 years.
Yeah, so it's been quite a long time, right? And for like the last, like 7 of those years, you've been writing a blog of some form and fashion.
Yes.
And so like, we're here to talk about you and how you got there. So I'm just gonna let that happen, you know.
So then I'm gonna teach you, because obviously I'm gonna teach you how to interview, because that's my background in journalism, right? So you want to first start off, right, asking, how did I get to where I got to, right?
But where'd you get to?
Like, how did I get to Funky at Heart? And anyone who knows me, which, you know, all
Hold up.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's what I did.
Okay, whatever.
What's up?
I'm introducing myself. Hold on. Let me
I
do
see
it.
how it is. No, I'm listening.
Okay. So, anyone who knows me, all 0.9 of you, right?
Wow, not even a whole person.
No. They know that Funky at Heart is my third blog. It hasn't been there very long. The first blog I ever had, which is no longer in commission, it was called taintedlovelane.blogspot.com. That was years ago. That was like 2009 when I first started. And like, the reason why I chose that name is literally because I was super in love with the song, like all versions of it. So I was just like, hey, this sounds like a catchy name and no one else has it, so I'm gonna just take it for myself. And that one wasn't necessarily like a relationship blog. It wasn't like it was more like on the internet diary. And the reason why I started that one was because, you know, personally for myself, but I was trying to reach out to someone who I had like known for ever, since I was like 13 years old. And I wanted them to like keep updates with me, because at this time we weren't necessarily together, but I wanted them to like know what I was doing, and I wanted them to like keep updates with me, and I wanted them to still like, I guess, get to know me. And, you know, but I also wanted to keep it natural. I wanted to be like, all right, I'm not necessarily writing to you, but I'm kind of writing to you. So I would write like cute, quirky stuff, and I would like, and I was testing out the waters of how to be a blogger, like things that I like and lyrics that I want to keep up with, and stupid teenage preteen crap that you write about.
So, like, how long did you have that for?
How long I had TLL? Oh my god, I had it.
TLL. Oh.
TL stayed up. Its original version stayed up for like 4 or 5 years, and then it got revamped for like a couple months, and then after a couple months I decided I didn't want to keep that title, and I changed it to something else. I don't remember what my second blog was called, because that one didn't last for more than just 2 months.
All right, so we're gonna count that as like one quarter of a blog, or like half a blog there.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so Tainted Love Lane, which I kind of remember. I kind of remember reading it. I remember I used to have it bookmarked, and even then I thought that you had like a really dynamic voice.
Oh yeah, like that one had I had it for years, because I had it for years. I had an audience. Weird how I had an audience. I would like that one. I would be like promoting people to read, and that one I was just like, there's no real focus for this, and there's no real like thing for it. But I kind of want you guys to like feed into my bullshit, like feed into my narcissistic like diary. And people read it, and some people actually like asked me questions and was involved in the drama, because basically TLL was how do you call those things? It was kind of like a soap opera, but written on a blog. So, because I always change the names of people, and I put out our business out there. I just put out like what I was going through, and like I'd put up old text messages, and I put out messages, and people would be like, "Oh, what's happening next with these people?" And I'm just like, my heart's tearing apart, but you people give a shit. You people care. So
that was the catalyst.
Yeah.
You know, for that. And you've always been a writer?
Yeah, pretty much. You start out as a reader, and then you become a writer.
I mean, that is how it goes. So then your TLL, then you had your little stepping stone blog, as we're going to call it.
Yeah, that one was like Funky at Heart like in the pre-beta stages, but like I didn't have a name for it. I put it under my name, and I was like, I don't really like it. I don't really know what I'm doing with it, and I just like, I don't know, I'm gonna stop blogging for a while, and I didn't pick up blogging for like years. And then one day I remember I was working at my job, my first barista job, and I was sitting there, I was like standing there with my coworkers, and I was just like, you know what? I want to blog again. Like, I actually want to sit there and have a voice, and I want to be able to just like talk and whatnot, but I want to do it differently. And my friends were like, yeah, do it. And the weird thing about it was like when I actually sat down and I made Funky at Heart, I was like, I need a catchy title like Tainted Love Lane, but I also need to know where am I going with it. And when I put up Funky at Heart, because it's also named after a song from a band that I really, really like. I'm not gonna tell you anything. You have to go find the song yourself.
I'm just saying, if you Google Tainted Love Lane, that band is number 1, and you're right under there. Your blog is actually number 2.
It should have been, but it's taken down now. But you can still see like, what is it? Snippets of it. And then like Funky at Heart, that song, because the band's not like heavily known, the song comes from the band Studio Killers. And if you actually type in Funky at Heart, the song will come up, obviously, but then right under that is me. And that is some amazing shit. Like, that's not good SEO. I don't know what is. But anyway, so I chose a song because of the meaning behind the song, or at least my interpretation of the song. And then I was just like, all right, what the are we going to talk about with this blog? And of course, you know, I had some rough stages where I was like, I'm going to write this, I'm going to write that. And it ended up turning into a blog about my relationships and the situations that I went through in my weird ass love life.
So one, I can't let you just mention this and not like bring it back up, but
oh my god, here we go.
How do you interpret this song?
Funky at Heart. So the song is about, to me, about a couple who like, or about a woman or whatever, who basically gets together with some guy and they fall in love with each other, but it's kind of like that young puppy love situation in which you're not really sure what you're doing. You're just doing it because it feels good. And, you know, you're probably aware there's consequences, but you don't care about the consequences right now. All you're thinking about is the fact that I like you, you like me. Let's celebrate this honeymoon phase and see where everything takes us. And I guess Funky at Heart, the blog, talks about my interpretations in which dealing with those phases of like people flirting with you, people who want to be with you, people who don't want to be with you, people who you were with and then you're no longer with.
Sounds like a biased love story to me. You know, so all right. So we have like how you started.
Yep.
Right? Now we have the current blog. But
yep.
So here's the thing.
Yep.
Is that we have that little stepping stone. And you came back to blogging, but you were away from it for quite a while. What exactly was the impetus? What caused you to decide to sit down in front of a computer again and to put your thoughts, you know, as Max Bemis from Say Anything would say, put the pen to paper?
Singlehood. I had actually was getting out of a relationship, and for a while I was just like, I need something to distract me from this. I want to go about my relationship differently, because in my head, right, I had decided, I'm gonna, you know, talk about like my journey to finding my last relationship, because that was important to me. Like, this last relationship I was gonna be in, it was gonna be my last one, and I'm gonna talk about my journey to get there and all the shit I go through to get there, and yeah, that turned into a very interesting, like, set of ideals and blog posts.
Well, all right. So now you're here.
Yep.
And you started doing this, and how long exactly has this been going on? FunkyAtHeart.com.
I have to double check on that. Let me. From memory, oh my god, about 2 years now. 2 years I've had Funky at Heart.
So from the beginning of FunkyAtHeart.com to now.
Well, that's the thing. Funky at Heart wasn't always a .com. Funky at Heart was FunkyAtHeart.wordpress.com, and then it became FunkyAtHeart.com.
Who you talking to? I know about this. Who you talking to? You talking to me?
Them,
you know
them.
that. You know that. You know I know that already.
Like, it wasn't always like my own thing. I was like, I decided, well, if I'm gonna be professional and if I'm gonna have this kind of thing, I might as well just be like, I want to own it, and now I own it.
You sound proud. You sound pretty proud of yourself.
Damn right I am. I spent too much money to be like, no, I don't own this shit.
So like, all right. Well, all right, I gotta hit you with the tough questions, because now I'm like a journalist here. I'm sitting on the other end of this microphone. I don't know why I sound so echoey. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. And all right, I'm gonna ask you the deep questions. Where do you see this blog, your brand, in 5 years?
So I want to say that hopefully I'll have like a relatively A audience versus like having enough of an audience. I want to have A audience. And with that, I want to have like engagement with people and they ask me things. In 5 years, I want to be able to make it so that, I just want, I guess, to put my story out there so that people, I guess, can learn from it. And, cause to me, like, Funky at Heart is very therapeutic. That's why, like, it takes me so long to write every single post, because every single post, I don't want to just dish out and just be like, okay, here's a post, and I have to have something to build traffic, and I know that's the thing you have to do. But for me, like, every single post is like a painting. Like, I have to take time to write it, because every word I say, because I'm talking about people, especially the people that I've known in my life, like, everything I write is extremely carefully crafted, and I had to think about it, and I had to sit there and go, am I okay saying this? Am I okay? So I want to build an audience in which, like, people take in what I say and they either share their experiences with me or they somehow, like, learn from it and they see how they learned from it. I don't know. That's just the hope. I hope I help somebody out with what I say.
And that's definitely, in my personal opinion, the whole point of doing anything is to try to reach out and try to improve and engage with people and try to, like, teach from your own perspective. Because, we don't know everything, right? We don't know everything, but we definitely can try. We can definitely try to use our experiences to help guide others. Are you good at being single?
No. Oh my god, no. That's the simple answer is no. Like, if you want me to get into why,
come on.
I can be single. I'm very much capable of being single. I don't think I can be single in this modern day and age, though. Like, I don't feel like, I think like singlehood for some people is like, oh, you're free to do whatever you want. Like, you can go and be with that person, you can go and be with that person, and then, you can express your sexual liberties. And for me, it's like, oh, that actually means I have to talk to multiple people and express in multiple ways. Like, can you look past my depression and anxiety and my sense of clinginess long enough to lay in bed with me for like, I don't know, an hour and not give me a shitty time? And then there's the whole case of like, well, how long can I do that before I start feeling hollow? Because casual sex feels hollow to me. Like, I don't like sleeping with multiple people at once. I don't like the feel of like not knowing that I can just text somebody and make plans with them. Like, I have to sit there and go through my options. I don't really want options, which is kind of funny because I made a post about that too. But like, I actually want to have like one person. So for me, whenever I'm single, that shit can last mentally at the most maybe like 3 months before I lose my mind. I'm just like, all right, I'm done. Like, I have to find somebody. There has to be one, either somebody out there wants to. And then if I don't, I'll do the bad habit of falling to my exes and be like, hey, big head.
Oh, do you be hitting them up with a, hey, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Easter,
Happy birthday,
hey,
I see you did that.
Hey, hon, heart like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
all right.
I'm that person.
So you're not good at being single. Now your blog is about relationships, right? You know, Are you good at being in relationships?
Isn't that a question for all of the people I've dated to ask?
Well, no, I mean, it's a biased love story. So from your perspective, are you good at relationships?
No. Yes and no. Yes.
Keep
and no.
sucking on the lips. That sounds really good on audio. Just saying. Come on.
Okay.
Are you good at relationships?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, yes, to the point, like, when I start, I'm amazing. 100%. Like, I go hard body, like, super into you, super want to do this, do that, whatever you want to do, I'm in it. But then, remember I told you, like, this is a problem I have in which I'm like, I give myself to people. Like, I give the better part of me to them. And then I start realizing I don't get that back. Like, you're not sitting there trying to give me, like, I guess your best person to try to impress me and do the things I want. Instead, it's too busy me going here, and you just taking from me. You're not trying to meet me in the middle. And then when I start noticing that, then I start pulling away, and then I start being a really shitty person.
Sounds cyclical to me, because like you're in a situation where like you give a lot of yourself, right? So when you enter a relationship, you set the precedent from the beginning, right? So in the beginning, you give a lot of yourself, and you kind of make the other person think it's okay to take from you. But then when you require, you've acclimated them, you've gotten them used to you just giving, that like they kind of forget that you're also a person and that you also kind of need it as well.
Yeah.
And then when it's time for you, you're just like, oh, hey, and then they don't want to give it to you, and then you resent them, and you get a little bitter and a little angry.
Yeah. And then they give you 1,000 like block messages, like, why you ignoring me? But it's the thing is, like, there's some of my relationships that I try now, which I'm just like my new stick now is to try to like date and actually be myself and not be afraid to be myself, which, spoiler alert, that also means I have to be comfortable not liking myself in front of that person, because there's things about myself where I'm just like, yeah, I know that's shitty and you're going to notice that's shitty. And I just don't want you to leave me because I am aware I have a shitty problem. Like, stay with me.
Well, I think you know, I'm gonna drop a little, you know, that's definitely a thing that I understand and I've dealt with a lot. When I was younger, I used to do, for example, I used to live across the street from where I live now, and I dated a girl, or like 4 girls, not at the same time. And what I used to always do was, like, when I would date them, they all lived in the Bronx, because I'm from the Bronx, you know, and they'd be like, oh, it's time for me to go home, and I would walk all the way over to the train station over there, and I would get on the D train or the 4 train, and I would take it all the way uptown. You know, I'm not gonna say where I'm at.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I used to do that every single day, and then you get tired of it. I mean, because it's kind of unreasonable to expect somebody to, you know, like, I mean, but like, they want to come to see you, yes. But it's unreasonable to expect somebody to go all the way uptown with you every time you come 4 a.m, 3 a.m, 2 a.m, 8 o'clock in the afternoon. It don't matter, it's unreasonable.
Right.
But I set that precedent, And then people like start resenting, oh, you don't care about me no more. You don't love me anymore. Or when like you are giving a lot of yourself. And it's like, it's really hard because liking yourself is difficult sometimes. But like, if you want people to care about you and love you for who you are, you have to just be you, whether or not you like you, because people are weird. They're like, well, before you can love anyone else, you have to love yourself. Well, that's BS, because nobody loves themselves truly, deeply, unless you're
okay. They don't do it 100% of the time.
No, but yeah.
Right, which is the thing, is what I'm getting at. It's like the point of like me dating now. It's like, I don't love myself 100% of the times. I'll notice some things about me and I'm just like, and I'll just shut down and I'll hate it because I can tell that like, oh, I don't love myself. So obviously that person's not going to love me right now. And that's what I want them to love me. And, it just doesn't work out half the time. And
it's hard though. Cause like, everybody's so full of anxiety. It's good. We live in a different time, right? So like before Tinder and all that crap, right? You meet people and you like try to like each other and blah, blah, blah. And but now everybody's like on Tinder, swipe. And it's like, hey, I have lots of anxiety. And they're thinking I have a lot of anxiety, people are more forward in a good way. I think about expressing their depression and their anxiety, like putting themselves out there. And that's also hard because like when you're dating someone with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression and stuff like that, then you feel like you're obligated to be there for them, but you ain't. Mm-hmm. Right? But then also, it's hard when you deal with someone like that and have a lot of insecurities, and then they do things you don't like, and you're like, well, I don't want to tell them that I don't like.
Right, which is exactly what I talk about in my blog in some cases, where I'm just like, here's a certain situation, and here's how I went about dating this person, and I'm just like, and I kind of didn't like this, but it's also like, I didn't say that. And because I didn't say that, that's probably why I didn't go the way it did. Which is like, oh my God. Like the last post I was telling, like the post that I'm working on, which I'm almost finished. The last thing I'm almost finished. I swear to God. I looked back at a relationship that I was in because like, there's some development in that story, even though it's an old story. And as I'm writing it, I'm realizing all the places and where I messed up and all the places where had I like went into it with the mindset I do now, I think it would have went differently and it would have been a lot healthier than it used to be. And it's almost like I'm sitting there like beating myself with like a balloon stick, like, idiot, why did you do that? So it's like, that's part of what my blog is, to sit there and then sometimes I analyze my old relationships and I go like, here's why it didn't work out. And it's also like a self-reflection for me. Like, I understand why and I understand where I messed up, but it also helps me. Like, now that I know that this is what I do, maybe now my next one or previous current one, I don't know where I'm in right now. Like, I can be better.
So now here's a good question. You're in a relationship. You're in love. Everything's good. What's up with funky at heart?
What do you mean? You mean like, do I stop?
No, I'm not saying you stop, but where does it go?
I write about that. I write about me being in love. I write about that feeling of being in love because I get afraid when I'm in love. Oh my God, I'm that person that's like, oh my God, I feel love for this person. Holy shit, that means they're going to find all the wrong things about me as soon as they fall in love with me. Nope. It's gonna go wrong. It's gonna go, and then I'll literally take it. I'll take the happy of it and I'll be like, no. And here's the bad parts. And I'll just write all that negative stuff. Or I'll take a different route and I'll like write about how much I'm in love and how good it feels and how this person does this for me and how they make me feel like this and how they've done this for me. just for like 3 months later so it can be horrible wrong.
The trials and tribulations that come along with that, even if it's positive.
Right. And it's great because then people can see how it went one way and how it went wrong because you saw the progression of it. Because that's the point of this blog. is to show the progression from one stage to the next stage. And who knows, I may not even end up in a breakup. I may end up in a marriage. I may end up in a pregnancy. You'll see that. I'll talk about that.
So, all right. So, little detail. So, like, what things about your blog, funkyatheart.com, can you improve on now? And I mean everything from, like, I don't know, the layout. I noticed, there's a thing I noticed, and this is definitely something I think is very interesting. And if you were writing about me, I think I'd feel some kind of way about it a little bit. However, I realized something. To really, like, grow yourself, it's not really clout chasing, you know, but because people ain't got no clout, you ain't chasing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. you can't chase no clout if you ain't got it. Like, ain't nothing, you know, when it comes to people that you're dating or have dated or anything like that, right?
Right.
You use pseudonym, but you don't use a pseudonym yourself. You give them nicknames.
Right.
You do all that stuff or whatever.
I do.
And I feel like, you know, I mean, it's a good idea, but, like, I feel like personally, moving forward toward the future, like, when it comes to, like, really connecting with an audience, you kind of got to be yourself, really, you know, and that might mean using real names.
No,
that might mean some pictures.
No,
that might mean some.
No.
No.
You see, I already get drama for being on this show. I don't need no drama for anything. The whole point of me keeping names secret and keeping things eluding, because anyone who gets into my head, obviously, you can break down who each person is if you were my friend and you knew my life. But I keep them private because out of respect for them, because obviously I say a lot of things that they may not agree with. I say a lot of things that they themselves will be like, no, that's not how that went and whatnot, and they'll come at me. So for the sake of, like, their own privacy and confidentiality, I don't mention their names. I don't mention what they look like. I don't put up pictures of them because I don't want anybody to, like, if I ever became famous, right? This is my whole theory about it. Like, I don't want them to sit there and, like, be like, yo, she's bashing you. Like, so, I don't want that. I want them to, like, obviously,
I got you. I got the best
go
idea.
About their life,
we're going to brainstorm live on the air right now. I got you. All right.
Go
so check this
ahead.
out, right? For the future, right? You know, I feel like a visual aspect is missing from your blog, because a lot of blogs these days, a lot of things, it's about visual medium, about videos, about pictures, right? For each blog post, you should get an artist to do caricatures of the people you're talking about, but instead of telling them what they look like, have the artist maybe read the blog or tell them aspects of their personality and have the person come up what they think they look like.
That's money.
I mean,
that's
saying
money I don't have.
I'm saying when you move up, you know, I feel it coming.
I mean, I would probably do that unlike some other cases. Sorry. But I really am trying to keep, like, because I want the main focus, obviously, to be about me and to be about, like, my progression of it, because it is a narcissistic bias blog about my experience and how I dealt with it. If I were to even some remotely hint at what these people look like or what they, like, may be, then it creates this, like, hatred for these people. And I don't want people to hate them. I don't want people to, like, view them in a certain light. I just want people to know the experience, because if they don't have really but like a fake name, anybody could be these people. Anybody could be, like, the names that are mentioned on the vlog that I'm not gonna mention here, because it don't matter. You can, like, replace me and put your boyfriend in that position or your girlfriend in that position. Ooh. And that way you can be like, okay, that's how she handled it, but I would have handled that differently. I would have did this differently, or I wouldn't have done that. Good. Take that with you and, like, and deal with it.
All right. You know what? I'm convinced. I'm a convert. I got one last really big question.
Excellent.
Maybe I have like 8 more. I don't know. What is the name of your fans of your blog? The Funky at Hearters? The Funky Bunch?
The people who read my stuff, what are they called?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't think I ever thought about that, but I guess I have to create a name for them, right?
I got mine.
What?
For the 5 people that listen, they're my friends. It's pretty sad, actually.
Oh my god, don't bring that up. Oh my god. Okay, have you ever seen what is it? The My Life as a Teenage Robot?
No.
That's such an old show, sorry. But there's an enemy that she has called the Lonely Hearts Crew. There you go. The funky hours are called the Lonely Hearts Crew.
I like all right. So shout out to the Lonely Hearts Crew and to my 5 friends. You know.
Oh my god.
This sounds so terrible. It sounds
Depressed.
so bad.
I'm crying behind the mic. Oh my god.
You know, well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud to see that you've been continuing this and that you've been doing this and that you've been growing it.
Thank you.
And I love seeing, you know, all my black sisters. I like seeing them progress. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
They got
right.
the curly hair. You know what I'm saying?
We be trying.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no weaving head. Natural.
Oh my god.
Natural.
Don't have all the weave sisters coming at you now.
You know, I know. That's all right, too. Weaves is cool, too, sisters. The weaves, the dreads. Listen, you want to pull Amber Rose and go bald-headed? Whatever. It's good. Why you clapping on the mic, yo? All right.
God.
So.
Oh my goodness.
I feel very fortunate to have you here.
Thanks.
Like, seriously, this is not a joke, all right? I'm going to tell you something. I've been lonely. I've been sitting in here. You see where I'm at? I've been sitting in here close to the mic. I'd be like, hey there, guys. And I'm going to tell you, you've actually helped a lot. Over the last 2 years, about the same amount of time that you've been doing Funky at Heart, maybe around the same time. We should look it up. Maybe there's some kind of kismet there. There's some kind of fate. Before my grandfather died, I used to be in the other room over there, and it's hard, man, to sit in front of the mic. And I remember before I discovered Flonase, my nose would be stopped up. I'd be not comfortable. And then my grandfather died. I didn't know what to do. And I stuck the mic in the closet over there, and I kept sweating like a pig. And one time I put a blanket over my head to try to muffle out the noises and stuff like that. And I just had such a difficult time. And over the course of this time, I was like, well, I want to talk to people and I want to interview people, but I get so scared and so much anxiety. But like, I've been growing, and having you here, having you do this with me has been so important to me, because one of the things I struggle with is leaving my house and doing anything.
Really? I don't believe that. You seem to be always up and around.
By myself. It's weird. Like, I don't know. I like to be by myself and like listen to podcasts and stuff like that. And it's hard for me, you know? So I find myself to be very fortunate to have someone as talented as you to be here with me recording this. And I want to see you progress. So everybody who's listening, after you're done with this, okay? After this, okay? All the way through, I need my analytics to go through the roof. Cause
right. Trying to build
I ain't got a
numbers.
job, so this is kind of like, you know, my number one job, but I don't get no money from this. So like, you know what I'm saying, PayPal.com. Nah, I'm kidding. I just want to thank you. Now, for your Lonely Hearts crew, do you have any words of wisdom?
For like what? Inspiring?
I don't know, anything. Like, I got you. From my 5 friends, I got you. No snacking before meals. Got you. What you got?
All right. If there's something that you want to do and you feel like, oh, nah, I can't do that shit. Like, ain't no one gonna support me. That's how, like, I literally felt about my blog, and that's how he felt about his podcast. But just gotta get up and do it, man.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like you've been listening to me, because that's what I've been saying for 2 years. Listen. And this is the reality. Is that no one starts off perfect. Right now, I'm here in front of this mic, and maybe one day I'll be inside of a studio. We cannot become good at things unless we practice. Unless we put the effort and then the time in. In the 7 to 8 years that you've been writing, you've improved, you've grown, you've focused on your content, you've been building your brand.
Yeah.
But the only thing that really matters is the practice. Because hard work only works if you're working efficiently And you don't learn how to work unless you actually do it. All right. Unless you sit there every day and you make it happen, it's not gonna. Mm-hmm. So, with that, I feel like, hold on, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna press the button right there. Hold on. Wait, what's the ending song? I don't know which one it is. I forget. I'm kidding. It's What If by Conversion with Oceans. By the way, just people don't know, Now You See Me, available on iTunes and stuff like that. I don't get nothing, but I just like Alex. Alex is so good, and Brian Keith, and I actually I don't know the other guy who's in the song. I don't know him.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but I know Brian and I know Alex, and Now You See Me is such a great song. All their songs are amazing. My original theme song, Gold Rush, super amazing. Mm-hmm. And now I got a Vibe and What If, and I just feel, I don't know, I feel fortunate. I feel like, hold on, I'm trying to reach over and press the button. Get behind the scenes. Okay. I'm gonna turn it up slowly. Oh, you can't hear? I don't have it for you.
It's okay. Like, we'll imagine it together.
I feel so fortunate. I really do. And everybody who's here listening, I used to always sit here and I'll close my eyes, and I would let this darkness come around me, and I would imagine that one person, because it's disheartening to do this and think that nobody's listening and that nobody's receiving this, and to think that when I write and the effort I put forth that nobody is receiving it. But all it takes is one. We're here for each other to connect and to grow, and it's hard, and we're fallible, we're human, but all we have in this life is each other. And it sounds so corny, but what is there in this entire planet, that's it, in this entire earth, flat, round, octagon, whatever, that's better than people? It's you. So I want to thank you guys for joining me, for joining us. Again, if you guys want to participate, I'm saying you ain't got to, but Twitter, what is it again? Oh yeah, DA Art of Giving Up. Gmail, Art of Giving Up Podcast. Facebook, The Art of Giving Up. Instagram, Art of Giving Up. And of course, funkyatheart.com. And have a little blog. I don't have a domain name yet, so I don't want to say it here because it's not going to age well, but it's a thing, okay? habitofwellness.wordpress.com is temporary. All things are temporary.
It's still cute, honestly. I still like it.
We work hard. And maybe it'll come to nothing, but for now, all we can hope for, dream for, strive for is what?
Peace.
Peace.